Well, my presentation was based on the electrodynamic seismic forecasting principles, really developed by Eric Dollard, yet this was a more simplified approach so that someone could replicate it, and that we could have multiple stations all over the globe for that matter. And then my second presentation was on a three-phase distribution model that outlines the malpractices of transformer connections being implemented as we speak. Well, I would probably tell them the origins of what seismic forecasting is, how it was brought about after the Second World War, how it is being implemented today, how it is being dismissed in some parts, and just the overall basis of what its functions are through each history lesson. Well, I would say I would go from the very basic rudimentary principles of electricity, that taught in the correct sense, not by the textbook standard, and then progressively work my way up to explaining the difference between seismic forecasting of various levels, that implemented by Dollard and then my method, and then eventually give a somewhat brief example of how works, how it's implemented, and how its function really originates. And then it'll probably up to them for them to really dive deep into the information. But I could also present that. But it would be really up to the students and their want to understand what exactly this is. Well, depending on the size and where it's going to be implemented, it could be implemented all over the globe. You just need quite a bit of acreage. And with multiple stations, you could really pinpoint on where the location of such a major seismic event could occur. And with that, you could save countless lives, dollars on hand, and overall safety. That's really the key important driving factor, safety, save lives behind this, and for really no cost at all. And it would just require multiple setups all along the globe. Yes, well, after last year's July 4th earthquake, I really gave it some information on, okay, what could I do to advance this field of research? So I began looking at Dollard's work and sprouted an idea, okay, well, I should simplify this so that I could accommodate for the size of my living conditions. Because after all, his setup is quite rigorous in that its size is of great proportions. Well, some of them originate, especially in areas such as Nevada and Colorado. Certain mines create these seismic movements deep within the earth, and that's man-made in that sense. But for a majority of the rest, it's really an electrical buildup, at least from my measurements and Dollard's measurements. And there really is no conclusive determinant to whether it is an electrical driving force or it is a byproduct of the seismic activity, but either way, they go hand in hand. From my experience going through various schools, about 3 or so, high school and middle school teachers don't exactly cover seismic details as much as I would think they should. I mean, they do cover plate tectonics and movement of that matter, but not exactly the forecasting, because that's not exactly known to the world. And the whole notion of forecasting an earthquake would be really left to the charlatans in the perspective of most scientists. But with new evidence and new research coming about, I think minds will be changing soon, hopefully. Well, I would say that since dogs and animals, and other animals for that fact, they are able to receive and understand these low frequency vibrations and seismic movements, it would freak them out in a way. I mean, if I were to picture myself as a small animal and the ground below me began shaking or abruptly moving, I'd be scared for my life because I don't know what this is. But I wouldn't imagine it's anything electrical. It would just be purely low frequency movement. Well, as of now, I do not have a website constructed, but I'm planning on doing so in the future. But as of now, my current research is on, Tesla wireless communications. Now I've constructed a few tube transmitters, and I'm currently building different various coils. And this has been a long passion of mine, really investigating this type of communication. And then along with other electrostatics and high frequency applications, there's really a whole bunch of projects that I'm working on as of now. Oh, definitely. I saw it as a gift because I could have all this free time off. I could do my work from home and not have to sit through hours of already finished my work and just sitting there wasting my time. I can now work on projects and actually use my time efficiently. Well, I just finished the higher stage of the mathematics they could offer, but nothing of that sort. Well, right now I feel very comfortable with my current school because they have various applications and enrollment plans that allows the student to really prosper in certain areas of growth, unlike traditional schools where it's really limited and finite to what a student could be able to do. Oh, if I had to pick one, I would say swimming.
Oh, swimming. I thought you might say golf.
Oh, no, swimming would probably be the most interesting, at least to me, because water, after all, we did originate from the water, but just moving in water seems to be a relaxation of some sort. Oh, let's see. Well, right now with all the things happening, certain parts in the world, certain areas such as in electrical engineering and applications, they're not exactly going for the greater good. They're kind of turning in the opposite direction, and hopefully this could be averted soon, but certain practices such as the utility grid, oh, that's really a sudden drawback for most research that I do, especially in certain areas, so hopefully that will change in the near future. Not any energy sources. I mean, I don't have any access to power generators or things of large proportions like that.
Communication system?
Communications, yes, I have a variety of radio transmitters of CB, ham, and other methods of wireless communication.
And what's your call sign if you were licensed?
Oh, if I were licensed? Oh, I don't.
You don't have a call sign?
No, I don't have a call sign right yet.
That's okay. I think a lot of us here are probably...
Oh, I've been called by my full name, Griffin G. Brock. And that's about it, pretty much. That's what the kids use at school. Or Gramps.
Gramps?
Gramps.
Oh, this is all about.
Well, as certain UFO chasers and other conspiracy theorists tend to believe that these lights are aliens of some sort, I find that since prior to an earthquake near the epicenter and near that region, large magnitudes of voltage and current surge through the earth in that area, but then also propagate and reflect throughout the area, find themselves conducted within power lines and such. It's an incredible phenomenon. I mean, I haven't been able to experience it near my area, but lights of some sort have been concluded to exist, orbs, if I would say. And this would have to have some type of electrical origin in its nature. Now, with recent articles, they've pointed out that there must be some type of electrical phenomena, because then it would only make sense. But as of yet, we do not exactly know 100% what they are and why they are.
Happens.
Well, God blessed us with an electric universe, an electric earth. Everything's electrified, so if he's electrified, then these must be electrified.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Do you have brothers or sisters?
No, I'm an only child.
Oh, are you spoiled?
No, just, how should I say, decently raised.
Yes.
Yes, to fend
you-
for myself and be independent.
Oh, I like
Yes.
that.
Mhm.
And you're 16. Are you going to get a car on your own or no car, or somebody's going to buy you a car?
Possibly, maybe in the later years to come. I mean, not right now. I have transportation methods, but perhaps a suitable car later on.
Transportation methods like bus,
Yeah, bus, metro, my parents.
bicycle?
Bicycle, oh, I haven't ridden a bicycle in years.
Really?
It's been years. I've been wanting to, but I don't know. It's a mystery.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah, well, in the field of mathematics and science, I found colleagues and other friends to group with. I mean, they don't really share as much keen I have for electrical engineering, but we're able to come to men's and have a concise base to talk on other things. I mean, most other students, they seem to dive into the quantum scientists, which seem to be everybody's almost observing these things, and it's not exactly engineerable, I should say. But in the other fields that do not involve science, such as phonographs, antique radios, collectibles, things like that, oh, I have quite a few friends in that, and we go to events, we go to places and share our beliefs and love for these things.
figure that out.
Oh, those are just computers on wheels. There's really no more cars anymore. Oh, these, when something's wrong, the whole panel's gone. It's No more vacuum tubes, no more transistors. One thing breaks, everything breaks. Can't exactly repair it so easily. Can't just change out a tube or reattach a wire. No, it's all complicated.
Or 1990.
Oh, I'd go with a Model T. A 1926 Model T sedan.
I
That's
like
what I'm
that
looking for.
thinking.